Hey everyone, this is Maria Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you for coming back and checking out another card kit video I've created. And I bring to you again the Spellbinders July 2020 card kit of the month, Vintage Mementos. So starting out, I've got a piece of pattern paper. The floral on the bottom there is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I've got a piece of scrap music note paper pad paper that I've got cut out 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to put that over on the far left hand side there, and then I'll just snip off the excess there. Okay, next I've got a small piece of gold mirrored paper that, or cardstock rather, that I'll put sort of covering that seam. And that is 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so I'm going to use some art glitter glue to adhere this down, just because the gold mirror cardstock does take a little bit to dry and adhere. So I just kind of have that sit there for a moment. Okay, and then next I've got some of the ephemera pieces that are in the kit, and I'm just going to take some Memento Rich Cocoa dye ink to distress the outside where there's sort of like a white edge included on the dyes that are in the kit, just so it's not so bright going onto the card. Okay, got another piece here, a little butterfly. I'm going to distress the edges there. Okay. And then there is a little die piece that says Celebrate that originally had a white border to that as well, but I cut that off before I got started. I'm just showing now where I used the included die to cut some of the gold mirror cardstock in the kit, and then adhered the piece of sheet music that was in the kit as well on the die cut there. And then I'm just using some double-sided adhesive to connect those pieces together. And then I'll use that to adhere that to the card panel as well. Having a little trouble getting this backing off. Super sticky. And then I've got the gold and white ephemera piece that's a bird on a branch. I'm just going to attach that together. And just trying to figure out what my spacing here, just make sure everything fits okay. Got it where I want it. I'm going to use some art glitter glue to finish adhering the rest of that ephemera piece. And I noticed I forgot to put my pin in, so I had a little bit of a clogging issue. Okay, just getting that down. Notice there's a little piece I missed, so just adding a little bit extra glue there. And I'm just going to cut off the excess from the ephemera. Okay, remember to put my pin in this time in my art glitter glue. Okay, I've got my little butterfly here, just trying to figure out my spacing, see how I want that. I want that on top or below. I'm going to go ahead and put this ephemera piece down first. Okay, trying to figure out my placement here and get that secured. And then I'm going to look at my two sentiments I've got. I've got Celebrate and then Life is Sweet. Just kind of space those out, see where I want those. And then I did want to take off a little bit of the excess of the blue to the left hand side of the Life is Sweet. So just kind of lined that up and then snipped it before I adhere it with some foam tape. And this is just some foam tape from the local dollar store. It works really well, and I like the width of it, and the it doesn't pop up quite as much as the foam tape that's included in the kit. So for the butterfly, I found this tip somewhere amongst the YouTube videos out there by putting some tape on the wings but then gluing down the body, and just kind of gives some dimension to the butterfly then. And then I'll adhere my sentiments with the foam tape then. And again, that says Celebrate and then Life is Sweet. Fussing a little bit with the the backing there. Okay, and then just trying to space out that foam tape, that way I don't have anything sagging when it goes through the mail, or just kind of making sure that it's got even coverage behind the ephemera piece there. And the ephemera pieces are pretty thick, and so I don't have any issues with it whenever I use foam tape with it sagging, as long as there's good coverage behind it. Okay, next I'll just use my double-sided tape to adhere the panel to my card base. And I just kind of like to line it up against the seam of my card, and then that way I can cut off any excess that the measuring may have been off just a tad bit. And so that's what I'm doing here, just kind of cutting off the little bit of excess of the paper from the front of the card. That little strip of gold mirror cardstock was a little bit thicker. Okay, so next I will use some of the leftovers for the inside of the card. So a little bit of that paper, pattern paper for the bottom, and then use the inside of the die cut, the gold mirror cardstock, and then one additional ephemera piece that says "Today is your day." And I'm just going to use glue, art glitter glue, for that gold mirror cardstock. Again, it takes a little bit for that to completely dry, so just kind of holding those pieces in place here, just to make sure it's good and secure before I move along. And there's just a little bit of piece I needed to cut off on that strip of pattern paper, and that pattern paper was 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And that's it. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I do hope you leave a comment and come back to see me again.